Hello.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen. This is Eddie Marcus again. Last night we had the first debate between those 25 or 24 candidates that have come before you and want to serve you as the President of the United States. You had 10 in a debate last night, and tonight I understand you're supposed to have about 10 additional ones. Well, it reminds me of quite a few years ago when I was a young man. I sought after the office of president at least 3 times. And the reason that I did so is because I wanted to introduce something that America has never ever experienced before since her inception into the world as a new world nation. Well, I don't have to tell you I was defeated. None of you have ever heard of me before. And now I am an elder, and I have no interest in becoming president of the United States. But to see America become a much more positive and productive and wonderful nation has not ever left me. And understanding what is required for this to happen, I thought it my business to take a little of this time and share with you what an elder would share with those who are not so familiar and not so updated. Last night I made a presentation, and I did that after the debate was done. And tonight, even before they do that, I have decided to do likewise and share some information with you so that you might have it abreast when you start listening to these people say why they want to be your leader. And this is in regards to the second debate. And I'd like to share with you what I made some notes on, because these are important and I wanted to make sure I didn't miss anything. But I want you to know, ladies and gentlemen, that I am the voice of 4 billion people, of which 700 million of them live off $1.90 a day, while the rest are struggling to make ends meet. Now, I have not been a mayor, I have not been a governor or a legislator. These, my friends, are keepers of the system. Every candidate that you have coming before you are keepers of the system. Now, each have ideas, each have good and great ideas, but at the end of the day, the system remains. Now, you've heard it said that it's the system, stupid. You see, ladies and gentlemen, the system must change. No one knows that more than those that's living at the bottom of the economic ladder. I live off of $300 a month and support from others that care about me, and they hope for change. Currently there is a G20 summit going on. 20 nations that are better off economically than other nations. Some are dictators, such as including Trump and Putin. But what good things could they talk about for 4 billion people struggling to get by and 700 million living off $1.90 a day? Perhaps the emergence of robots to replace the thousands of workers within the next 2 to 5 years. Everyone talks about a utopia, a heaven, some place to go after living their lives in this hell called America and the earth. Prove, my friends, that you deserve such a reward. Join God's plan, his plan of heaven on earth that we can call paradise. Change the system of failure for a system of success. It's a very simple matter. Guarantee to one another the essentials of human survival, which includes, but not limited to, a job of choice for all workers, and make work available to every qualified citizen. Qualified meaning old and healthy enough that allows them to participate in that creative process and entitles them to the fruits of their labor. Providing enough labor force in healthcare such that everyone is entitled from the womb to the tomb. Producing enough support that research and development is unleashed to find cures for every major sickness and disease, including that which has been considered incurable. Producing enough labor force for education that is unlimited and unrestricted to all seeking its benefit, to be the best each one can be in their chosen careers. And the same for food, clothing, and housing. These 6 areas are basic human rights known as inalienable rights from God to every human. These you guarantee to one another, and every citizen has access and can access any of them as need and want and desires dictate. Citizens working in this new system are eligible to take from all productions at the hand of man as an owner. No money is required. Whatever money can buy, now each citizen owns the infrastructure, cars and vacation and recreation, just to name a few, producing peace, producing prosperity and freedom and joy of life through the fulfillment of dreams. Your system ends poverty, crime and violence. It ends lying and cheating, stealing and hatred, bigotry, racism, terror and war, and superior people. You end the outdated system of yesterday and stop listening to the tales of dead men coming through the mouths of those that know not that of which they speak. You are living children of God and demand to be treated as such. Choose your servant representatives to carry forward your agenda. No more accepting promises from others. You don't need them. What I've said to you, ladies and gentlemen, is that it is time for a change, a real change. The God that I speak to you about has given me the authority, has trained me, and taught me that what the path that you're on is headed straight to hell. The fact that Donald Trump became president of the United States, having been told that he was evil, that he was a snake, and you still voted him in office. And since he's been in office, the whole Senate seems to support everything he does. Things that they stood against before. Not only that, he has the fundamentalist Christians and the evangelical Christians calling him sent from God. And the only thing I can say, if he's sent from God, is to wake you up and see how much evil people can have. And to let you know that the system didn't just start with Donald Trump. It has risen to the occasion of Donald Trump. And to get rid of Donald Trump and try to step back a step is not good enough. God is saying to you, now is the time for you to change and do the right things. Do those things that God designed from the beginning to happen. And that is for you to live a most wonderful life. To live here as though you were in heaven. To live here as in paradise. And this basically means, as I have indicated, that all of your dreams, all of them, my friends, are coming true. Because you are servants to one another. You are ones who have received the Spirit of a God that you cannot see, you cannot touch, you cannot feel, but lives inside of you, and the evidence of it is the way you treat one another, being little gods to each other, and that no one could bait you with money, No one could bait you saying that some are better. No one could bait you and trick you into that realm of darkness. For if you can walk according to this path, it indicates that you have walked into the light. And by walking into the light, it will save your life and give you that which is required to be glorious in God's sight. Not only that, the same time you can live is the same time your soul becomes personified as qualified to be, if there is a heaven someplace else, there. I don't want to take more of your time, ladies and gentlemen. I think I have said enough. I just want you to realize that the politicians that come in before you promising this and that to you is nothing new. It has happened since the beginning of time. And what I have just shared with you has never happened. And on the path of following a continuation of that, it will never happen. Now, the people who wants to serve you, I'm hoping they would be much better than Trump, but they can't take you any place. What I'm telling you, ladies and gentlemen, is that the power to correct this system is not in one individual telling you what they can do. What it is that you, the people, make a decision, make an agreement that this is what you want, and that you're going to guarantee it to one another, and you choose representatives to carry it forward. You choose representatives to carry what you have decided, what you have determined, take it forward. And you have anyone coming before you talking about what their dreams are and what they can do for you, you get them out of there as fast as you possibly can. I want to say it's been a wonderful time, a wonderful pleasure. And when you hear those candidates tonight talking about what they can do, comparing them with what happened last night, looking at them, trying to see who can beat Trump, who is meaner and more vicious than the others, and whose plan kind of sounds like something that addresses your concern, I guarantee you, none of them addresses the concern of every last one of you citizens. And I guarantee you, they will have the opposition that will make sure that whatever they were talking about will never happen. But if you agree, then you have the power. You have the power to own every resource that God has embedded in this earth. Whether it's oil or steel or diamond or gold or seal or just rivers and trees and food, shelter, you have the power to own it all. Not only that, the buildings and the infrastructure that is set up all over this country, you have the power and the authority to claim it and to use it as you so see fit. My. You didn't know you had that much power, did you? Well, now that you know, use it for love and not hate. Thank you very much.